man. What up, everybody? Salute, salute. Salute, everybody. We going on IG Live, you know what I mean? We got an interview with Drea.talkss. It's gonna be dope, you know what I mean? We got a new album coming, you know, an East Side story. We working. I got a little event I'm doing right after this. We just came to the Cypher room. We just did media day, so we working. How everybody doing though? How everybody night going? What up, kid? Hope everybody good. Everybody good. And everybody tapped in. What's up, baby?
What are you doing?
We on IG Live. Say hi. Yo.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No.
IG Live got baby girl with me. It's gonna be dope. Dre, you ready?
You can't get me. Can't get me. Come on, can you get me? Let's see if you can walk faster.
Everybody chiming in. It's gonna be dope. Let's go. Let's go. Accept. Let's get right. Hope all is well, bro. You already know we gotta chop it up, man. My God for life. D, what's good, bro? Gotta get right, you know. Lord have mercy. You know what? You gonna get something. You gonna get something right. You gonna get something right. What's up, bro? Nah, we good now.
Can you see
We
me?
good now.
Like, can you see me?
Yeah, I see you. We live.
Yeah, I hung it up like you told me to.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, guys. Sky's excited. She's in the room hiding. I'm like, you're not allowed to come out for a whole hour, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, babe. I just started. No. How are you?
I'm fine. I can't complain. Yourself? You good?
I'm okay. Trying to like mom it up and like do this podcast and you know. trying to just get it all together. I have my little notes. I have so many questions to ask you. When people found out that I was going to interview you, you wouldn't be like, I'm gonna screenshot the amount of questions that people have for you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which I'm like, yeah, because I call you the mayor of Passaic. So I'm like, yeah, I'm interviewing the mayor, so I'm very, very excited.
No, for sure, yo.
So, I know my guys. Hi guys, thank you guys for joining. Are you excited? Your album's coming out?
Yeah, we have. I'm just right now. We have focus. We're doing media day
Mm-hmm.
here at the barbershop at Major League Cut Studio.
Yeah,
We're in Valley Road here in Clifton. I stopped by, show focus love. I'm here, and then
yeah.
right after this, I gotta do something dope with DJ Flavor.
Oh yeah,
Got something, yeah.
you
So
got something up your sleeve like every day. I'm
yeah,
here for it. It's
we
giving
work.
50. I'm not even gonna hold you. You're the
Great.
50th mistake. It's given.
Nah, for sure, yo. It's dope.
You're
It's
in
dope.
Jamaica. Thank you for tuning in.
Got a lot of people telling me.
That's
So
that's awesome. Thank you guys. So I don't know. So I guess for a lot of people who don't know who I am, my name is Andrea. Okay, I have Drea Talks on Instagram. And Drea Talks with two S's on YouTube. I'm more of like a mental health advocate, if anything. Like I'm all for people's mental health and how we get along and how we cope with daily stresses and stuff. So I kind of wanted to tune in with you on like what's going on with like your mental health, because like I think people see like the light side of what Kiamo does, like the mayor, but I feel like even though you get the credit that you're very well deserved of, I think that a lot of people don't give a lot of grace to people that try to do for the community. And I feel like you're outside every day, literally. Every time I talk to you, you're doing something else for somebody else trying to help them. But so friend to friend, I'm like, oh my God, I hope his mental is okay, because I can just imagine, right? So I mean, I have like a couple questions. I'm sure people want to know what you're working on and stuff, and I'm like really happy that you're talking to people regarding your upcoming projects and stuff. That's really important, of course. I also want to like tune in on you know how you deal with your daily stresses. I know the baby's with you. Love her forever. She's delicious. Um, and I know it can be a lot. You're building your own legacy. You're building a legacy for your daughter. And then on top of that, like you're helping out the community. It's coming out of your pocket. Like, people are helping with a lot of that you do. And then you're doing all these different projects. I just kind of like want to tune in on that. Like, how are you feeling?
uh, hold on. You sound a little staticky on your
Do
end,
I?
but I heard. Yeah. You sound staticky. I want people to be able to hear you. You can see me good. You can hear me good.
Okay. Is this better?
Let me see. It's better now.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I had to turn off my Wi-Fi. Okay. So, I mean, what's up with
Do you
you?
hear
How
me?
are you?
You can see me and hear me.
I could, yeah. Well, actually, you're staticky on my end. Like you're botched
Yeah?
up on my end. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's better.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Talk to me. I'm
So
sorry.
what's up? How is your mental?
What's going on with what?
With your mental? Like, how are you like
Oh,
handling
my
your,
mental,
yeah, like your
my
day to
mental,
day?
my mental is there. You know what I'm saying? Like I work through a lot of things. You know what I mean? When a lot of things on my mind and stuff like that, and how I cope with things is like, I'm grateful for my support system. I'm grateful that a lot of my loved ones are just a phone call away. I'm grateful that I could just get into a space and tune where I could just lock into myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About a year or two ago, it wasn't all the way there. You know what I mean? But I was able to fight through it, and that's what I said. Thank God for my support system,
Hmm.
and I'm just able to be a creative. You know what I mean? And what I did, what I do, was able to save me. You know what I'm saying? Like my grind saved me. Dedicating everything I've been through to my grind, it showcased from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean, with everything coming up, like with the album coming out and like the stuff that you're already working on, I know you have like a lot of interviews lined up and stuff. Like, is there anything that like makes you say like, "Whoa, I can't do this"? Like maybe this is just too much, and like, and even if it does, because I feel like a lot of people want to have like this idea, like they want to present this idea of themselves like, oh, I can take on the world, I can do everything, like I don't need whatever. But then like to yourself, like, we've talked about it, like even with my podcast when I started like last year, I was like, okay, I'm ready, and then like I had to take a step back because I'm like, whoa, I started too fast. um
Yeah.
and you personally helped me like get back into the swing of things. Like, is there any time where you're just like, dude, I don't think I can do this? And like when that does happen, what do you do or like tell yourself where you kind of like snap out of it?
Don't think so hard about it. Like, I don't want people try to do things right and try to. I gotta have this. I gotta have that. I gotta have this. No, you don't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's 2026. The simplest things can be great. You feel me? And
Hmm.
it's the love you put into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like some people can make. They have all old school women, right? Look, think about Wella, right? All she needs is a pot of rice, beans, and chicken, right? And you'll think like, but I need the seasoning. I need it. No, 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 no. I could work with what I have in my kitchen. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the same thing in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where
you
you
chefing it
don't
up.
gotta, you work with what you have. And one thing my cousin Daz always said: if it's not broken, don't fix it. You feel me? You can
Yeah.
upgrade it, you can tweak it, you can add new adjustments to it, but work with what you have, and you can build off that and be great off that, and that becomes your foundation. Then anything else you can think, oh, the next episode or something, or the next song, I can add this and add that, and then you just perfecting your craft as you go. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's all it is. Like, I always was just locked in from the get, and I always said I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. And it's like you play a sport. The more you're shooting in the gym, the more you're shooting outside, you're gonna get better. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it all takes practice. You know,
Yeah.
practice, 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 and don't get in your thoughts so much because your brain is the worst thing to get stuck in because it becomes a prison.
Right. So
You know?
can we expect like all the stress and the pain and like the stuff that you've been going through and stuff, can we expect that to be told in a story in your new album? Because I like, when I hit you up the other day, I was like, how the audacity of me to sit there and talk about this man's music and stuff, and I need to like really listen. And you saw me, I was texting you and I'm like, oh my god, this, oh my god, that, like I can't believe it, like, and certain words and certain phrases, like they say, like that one where you were like, I want to sleep in peace without sleeping in peace.
Want to
Like
rest in
I
peace without
felt
resting
that,
in peace.
yeah, that I felt that in my core.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, is he talking to me? So like, and a lot of your music resonated with me in the aspect of growing up, teenage love, stuff like that. And I'm just like, I feel like they don't make music like that anymore, where they're like, they're touching home or they're making people understand actual life. I think when we were growing up, we were listening to like, old school Chris Brown and stuff like that. And they were growing with us, right? So like even Chris Brown's music now, you see that the stuff that he talks about, the good songs, not the raunchy ones, the
Yeah.
good songs, they hit the 30-year-old in us.
Yeah.
So I feel like your music, I mean, the bits and pieces that I've heard personally, like I know they grow with us, but how do what can we expect from this album? I
Um,
know a lot of people are excited.
East Side Story is really giving you like, first of all, it's me like showcasing like, yo, hold up, this cat can really rap. You know what I mean? And like you feel the aggression, like it makes you want to do something. Like it takes you to that. And when I
Yeah.
did an East Side Story, what inspired it was the Games album, the documentary. That's Games' first album, and he has a song called West Side Story. That's
Mhm.
track number 2 on Games' album, and how he broke down the West Coast and things that he saw was basically inspired an East Side Story where it inspired me to want to do something. I'm speaking of what I seen from the East Coast. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
From where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from Midtown. You know, my boy Chocolate just timed in. We from where we from. Childhood friends. You get what I'm saying? And like, I'm just speaking on stories like that. And like, I got records like YN story where I'm speaking about, the generation right now. You know what I mean? The young cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also like, I have records like Soon You Will Understand, where it's speaking of like, you're too good for me to be with you. You know what I'm saying? You going to school and stuff like that, and I live a certain lifestyle. Where and where we from, that's so common. Where
Yeah.
girls go to college, but they get mixed up with a dude that's not in school and live a certain lifestyle. You
Yeah.
feel me? And he's trying to let her go.
West Side Story.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so
Yeah.
so this album has different feels to it. You know what I mean? Different elements I'm tapping into. I got a record. I'm talking to my grandmother that's no longer here. So it's like I'm talking to the sky. This record's called May Francis. Just so many records on there. I got a song called Montana Way, where I'm speaking about if you know who my grandfather is and you knew the real Kaimo was like, you know if you know the real Kaimo, you know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? No,
Yeah. Straight gutter.
you know what I mean? So like, um, I speak on certain topics. I'm speaking on certain things, and it's real. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's 14 tracks on this album. So even a record like G Unit Chain, where I'm talking
Yeah.
about how G Unit inspired me growing up. 50 Cent was my favorite rapper. So you
I
hear
told you you get 50. I told you. I told you you
yeah,
get 50.
So you just hear that all on this album. You know what I mean? You just hear it. You hear I got Situationships Part 4 on this album. You know what I
No,
mean?
because that's really my jam. I'm
Yeah,
like, you know what? What did he go to everybody's relationship 17 and up, like 17 through
yeah.
25, 26, because I feel like that's when we all broke up with our people. I'm like, yo, he just read everybody, all my girls. And then the crazy part is listening to that song, and it made me think
Yeah,
from a different perspective because a lot of girls like to be like, oh, it's his fault, he did this, but then I'm like dang, I'm listening to it from a man's point of view,
yeah, that's
and
real.
it's different because if music touches you, music touches you. So whether you like what the person is saying or what the person is not saying, you still finna listen.
Facts.
So when you're listening to the music to actually understand what the person's saying, that's why people get attached to certain artists,
Yeah,
because what they say resonates with them. I'm like, maybe I was the mean one. Maybe I was the messed up. I had to sit there and be like, I think I owe my exes an apology. Like, this is crazy. And it's crazy how your music, like, literally we were bumping it at work. I'm
oh,
like, guys, like, I was telling, like, this is the guy that I'm gonna interview with, and they were like, dang, he's good. Like,
yeah,
so I mean, and then I was also looking up, because we had a conversation. I know you're from Passaic, but I'm from Patterson.
yeah, yeah,
And a lot of people think that Passaic and Patterson have this unrequited love and beef. Like, we just, right? So, but then we're really not that different. The only thing different between Patterson and Passaic is the name of the streets.
yeah,
And I realized when I went to your last, gathering, when you were doing the stuff for Christmas and stuff, which was beautiful.
thank you.
Like, for you to come out of your own time and out of your, to do more for the community.
Yeah,
Like, I realized, you know, I think Passaic does a little more for their people.
yeah,
And that's what's up, because I know a couple of guys like Cito in Patterson. He does a lot of stuff for the community. You should get with him. He's like really good. I know a couple of guys that do stuff, but the way Passaic really just got together and did that. Like,
yeah,
it was very nice to see, because I feel like in today's day and age, all we have is our community. And I know, since you're a freelance artist, right? Am I saying that right? Like,
yeah,
you don't have like a whatever, um, which is ballsy. It's ballsy because you're literally building up from the ground up,
Yeah,
like no help, no nothing, and you have so many people's attention.
yeah.
So, how do you think that the community is with, like, as far as like supporting you and having your back and stuff, and then going back and forth? I know we've had a conversation where you said that people think that you do more for other places than you do for Passaic, or stuff like that, and we had a brief conversation. What do you think about that?
Um, First of all, I want to give a shout out to JB District 36. That's
Yeah,
family. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they are awesome.
they're major help in putting this together and stuff like that as well. Giving back to the community.
Mhm.
I've been doing this. Shout out to Blue House Regulation. My bro Josh, he was doing that. And everybody that just paid away, even with back to school drives and everything we was doing prior to the Christmas.
Mhm.
So I want to give everybody their flowers. De La Isa, that's Daphne, that's cause just so many businesses came
Yeah.
together, you know what I mean, with relationships, personal relationships I have with these people, and just gave free time, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
and was able to, just be able to do all of this, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just forever grateful, I'm from here, born and raised. Like, my friends are here. Like, I just had a talking to Focus. I just said, yo, bro, like, I remember we were like 30 deep on my stoop. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
all my childhood friends, we would be in my backyard playing ball from 10 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night as
Yeah.
kids. And just was after that, we sitting on the front just talking life, throwing jokes. Just this is like this Malcolm. You know what I mean? For
Yeah.
those that no, like, I always been this way. So, like, I always wanted to get back to the community. I always wanted to, get back to my neighborhood. I always wanted to get back to, and give people opportunity. That's one of the biggest things, was giving opportunity, because we
Yeah.
need moving out here. We need stuff going on. We got so many platforms. We got podcasts all over the city. We got connections and stuff like that. So artists can stop by and do this. Like, one of the
Mhm.
things I was telling people is like, yo, I've been doing a 30-day rollout, and I've been locking in with everybody I got a cool relationship with.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the illest things, that we're able to do this and made it spark change. And with everybody that got something going on, that they want to say, yo, y'all, this inspired me. I'm gonna do something else. Like, I'm on something else bigger next week.
Right.
You know what I mean? Pause. Like, what's the next big move for somebody else? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, this is for all my friends. This is for people that I grew up with. Like, this is we gonna have a big year this year. 2025 was crazy. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But my mental, if people know 2024, what I went through, to be able to do what I did in 2025, I was strong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able. 2026 is gonna be even be crazier, because what we have already lined up and in store.
Yeah. So you're using the pain that you went through to fuel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything, the what I went through, it was something that, I could really say inspired me. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
inspired me. Like, you ain't what broke me only made me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it only
Mhm.
built a better version of myself. And like I said, I'm just thankful for my support system. I'm thankful for my friends. Like,
Yeah.
that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, my friends, my brothers, girls that I call my homegirls, my sisters. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, they were everything to me throughout this process. And we just been tunnel vision, locked in, 10 toes down, and just kept going. You know what I mean?
I think the good thing is, and I also noticed, like, I think there's like just like a group of us right now that
Yeah,
are so locked in, and we're very, very supportive of one another.
yeah,
Where we're like, no, like, Kamo, you can't do this, and you're like, Dre, no, but you got to do this, and focus, keep doing this, and it's like, we're all, very supportive of each other that way. And when they be like, birds of a feather flock together, like, they
yeah.
really mean that. Like, I believe in that wholeheartedly. Like, the people that you hang out with will determine how far you go. I've
Fact.
also seen, like,
Mhm.
the for people that don't know, I don't even know if it matters, but I know Malcolm because he is my daughter's father's friend. And
Yeah,
then him and I met, and then we just made like the relation, like, OMG, that makes so much more sense. But I've noticed that my daughter's father, Malcolm, and his friends, like, they're just focused. They're all, trying to do something better themselves, and it makes you want to better yourself, because why would you want to be the weakest link?
yeah,
You get me? And it's not in a way where anybody's even competitive with one another. Like, Flea, that's my daughter's godfather. Like, Steph is, he's family, and it's like I'm happy. You get me? Like she'll be like, oh, Uncle Malcolm, and I'm like, yeah, he's doing his thing. Like, hi, you're so pretty. I love you. You're delicious. Um, so yeah, and then also, with your daughter, like I personally, I see my daughter, and I'm like, no, I'm not even going hard enough. Like I gotta go harder. And
Yeah,
I know
facts.
personally you do that too. You're like, the legacy that we leave these kids in our family, if that's not fuel enough, I don't know. Like we're not
Yeah,
kids anymore.
facts.
So it gets to the point where you're like, what else am I gonna do to better the people around me and better the ones that come from me? You get me?
Hmm.
And I see you do that a lot. Like I'm proud of you. I'm very
Thank
proud
you
of
so
you.
much. Thank you.
And then I was also like doing some research, right? Because then I start spiraling down the internet, and I'm like, literally, I got a bunch of notes because so as a dad, right? I know that this is like your full time thing. Like you're just all in, and then you do your stuff or whatever. Um, how does that feel like being a dad? You don't know what's gonna come tomorrow. I know for a fact that you will never be a failure. It's not even in the way you talk, not the way you carry yourself. You're just not a failure type of person, right? But how do you handle like your everyday, like with what you don't know what's coming? Like I saw this literally this statistic where it said 73% suffer from mental health, up to 80, and then you're three times more likely to experience depression as a freelance artist. Like your in 2024 music cares, 8% of professionals have suicidal thoughts. Like that. And then when I started reading that stuff, I'm like, I really need to just, and it's gonna be annoying, but every week I'm gonna be like, you good? Because I can just imagine, like, with everything going on. And I also wanted to ask you, like, not to bring it up, but it is important. Like, as a person of color outside doing stuff, a lot, we don't get the credit that's given to us all the time.
Yeah.
People don't take you as serious. Like, have you experienced anything like that where people are like, who are you and like, why are you so important?
So I've been through my total depression. You know what I mean? For those that know, you know what I mean. Just know, you know, sleepless nights. Wasn't eating. Wasn't in the right state of mind.
Yeah.
But one thing I never lost myself was as a dad. And me being a dad, no matter what, I showed up. No matter the things I lost in life, I'm consistent. You know what I mean? One thing as men, we always learn to be providers and hold it down. But one
Hmm.
thing throughout my process of being the father I am was learning how to nurture. You know what I mean? That aspect, learning to have conversations with my daughter, learning to you know, soft love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being a teddy bear in my daughter's life to this day. You know what I mean? From the moment she was born, I had to miss anything. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that was something that was so important to me to know that my daughter always wanted to build something for her. So like when people see her, growing up, they be like, "Yo, Kamo, your dad, Malcolm, your dad. Yo, I love it. What do you need? You okay? You need something?" You see her at 7-Eleven or Romeo's. I'm taking care of your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just make sure she good. You know what I mean? If I'm no longer here one day,
Yeah.
because one thing I do with my daughter is like I remember we watched Lion King, and I told her like, "Yo, I'm not gonna be here one day," and she broke down. You know what I mean? But I
Oh,
told her like, you could look up in the sky, and even though I don't respond, I'm there. You
yeah.
can think about it. Even when you're having your darkest time, and you like, "Yo, I just want to talk to my dad." Just look up and pray, and I'm there. You know what I mean? And lighter days are gonna come. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
don't ever want my daughter to feel like she's holding her head down for too long. You know what I mean? Because you always got to give yourself grace when you're going through things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got to give yourself grace and tell yourself, yo, it's okay that I'm going through this. Yo, it's okay that I'm set back. It's okay. But what's not okay is you just sitting there and not doing nothing about it. You feel me?
Right.
You can sit there for a couple of days, couple hours, sit with it and just, the pain and everything. But you're going to be all right. There's going to be brighter days and there's going to be more opportunities to come. You know what I mean? You just got to
Yeah.
put that work. Keep good energy around you. That's what I'm big
Mm-hmm.
on, energy. Keep good people around you. People that love you unconditionally and they're able to tell you things and you're able to listen and you're not listening to respond. You get what I mean? You're able
You
to see
listen to
that.
understand and not to
Listen to
respond. You know
understand.
that's my saying.
For people that really got unconditional love. And that's just what kept me going, and definitely my daughter. Like, everybody that knows Mount know he crazy about his daughter. Everybody
Right.
that see me with my daughter walks to school. I carry her on my neck to school. You know what I mean? We go out on dad and daughter dates, and like this is what keeps me locked in. This is what keeps
Yeah.
me focused. This is who I do it for. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it kept me going.
I mean, yeah, I've told you yourself, like I've told you, I've noticed how good, and it's, I think that people have this idea that in order for you to be a good parent, you have to monetarily spend a certain amount of money. And it's like, yeah, the money's cool, but the money comes and goes. My daughter is not going to remember a pair of kicks that I bought her. My daughter is going to remember, mom did this, dad did that. And I think that us growing up where we did, how we did, not saying our parents, didn't do the best to their ability in whatever situation they were put in, and for, we all have different family dynamics. But I think that the pain that we went through does shape us. I feel like our generation is way better parents than our parents were.
Yeah. You know what? But some of us, you know how you can see that you needed the generation before to show us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to give us the mentality. Like I always say, like sometimes you gotta give yourself grace that they didn't know.
Right.
We, our
Right.
generation was educated enough to be like, yo, we not gonna go through that. Yo, we
Right.
have more resources to do this and that. We have this and that. So like I always say, like, you know what? I'm not gonna blame you. You wasn't educated enough. Do I respect it? That's on me how I feel about
Right.
it.
Right.
But you didn't have the avenues as the ones before us, as in like the new generation now with so much technology. Imagine we from the '90s. You get what I mean? We was born in the '90s,
Best
so
era.
you feel me? We didn't start off with having a cell phone in first grade or kindergarten. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
we grew
saying?
into it. Yeah.
No, I didn't know nothing really about it until we got
Mhm.
first phones was a bleep for us. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like we had
Call
cars
me
and stuff.
after 9.
You know what I'm saying? I'm calling my boy Jonathan and Saddam. We like, "Prick, prick. Yo,
Yeah,
what's up? Where you
call
at?"
me after 9,
You know what
mommy.
I mean? And,
Two rings, I'm trying to call you.
you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying though. Like, just using our and elevating ourselves and just like what we access and
Hmm.
have access to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's where we just got to give ourselves a token of it. Because think about it, our the generation before. People could say parents wasn't this, but think about their generation where people's grandparents were together. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So you just got to. It's just different world, different time, different generation,
Yeah.
different mentalities. You know what I'm saying? And just
I
always
feel
get.
I feel like a lot of people now I feel like both women and men are both sticking up for each other. Like for
Yeah,
themselves, they go. Like I've seen a lot of men be like, "Yo, I'm good. I am so good off this. I am done. Like I love my kid. I'm gonna be a great parent to my child or my children, and I'm out." And not for I salute that. I salute it because it's getting to the point where, you know, like I used to same thing, and I'm sure you as well. Like when you have a child, nobody expects you unless you're like out there just doing stuff irresponsibly. When you're with somebody and you have a child with them, you expect to be with that person. You expect to have your child every single day for the rest of their lives.
yeah,
And when you split up with the other parent, now you have to spend half of their life with them.
yeah,
And even we even talked about like dating as parents who are single, because we're not single parents, we're parents who are single. And there's a difference, guys, because I swear people have this idea confused. If your other parent is in the picture, you are a parent who is single. You are not a single parent. So, and this is more for the ladies, and I don't care, eat it up. If your baby father is taking that kid, if they're buying stuff, if whatever, you are not a single mom. I'm sorry. If you pay bills in your house, you are the head of household, but you're not a single parent. Give the fathers credit when it's due, because that's exactly why men are stepping out altogether. Like, and I know for you, you made it a point. Like, no, that's my daughter. I'm gonna be there. She is literally everything that I need. I don't even need anything else, right? But do you find yourself like, do you think, because I don't want to put your business, right? So would you go back and work through the situations to have that, you know, that family dynamic, or do you think that it's in the best interest of her and the legacy that you're going to leave her? Because that's part of why guys leave too, right? Like, if you can't even get your mental health right, what are you offering that kid and that family anyway,
Yeah.
right? um would you go back? Do you think
Um,
that would change your music?
um, I think where I'm at right now in my life is that when you learn to, you just figure out what you want. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
younger me was different than I am now. You know what I'm saying? And it took sometimes when you learn to live without something, you learn to be cool without it. You get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
by the grace of God, like where I'm heading towards now is like I'm in a whole different mentality than I was 2 years ago. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And um I'm just grateful to have what I have right now and what I'm able to give my daughter and the the life that I'm building for her as we're, living together and seeing things, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm grateful for what where I'm headed to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the type of energy I need around me and the type of love I'm expecting and the type of support I'm expecting, like, it's just gonna be towards something different. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So like, as long as I'm able to just be the dad that I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want something a lot different right now
Yeah.
for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You're
that's
making decisions in the best interest of your future self.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I
that's
respect that. I respect that, because a lot of people aren't like that. Both men and women, I feel like they let that loneliness and that fear of just going to bed by themselves and just, oh, I'll bring whoever around my kid or whatever. Like, we talked about it. I personally do not play that. Like, you can't come around my kid. Like, not in a, relationship way. We can't do that.
yeah,
So I know it's like really hard. I know it could be lonely, right? So, like, and I know you have your daughter, like, your schedule with her is 50-50.
yeah.
So I know there's time for you to go do it. But I also understand that you're like really, really busy. Like, one of the questions I got asked is like, no, it wasn't even a question. Well, yeah, it was, damn, he's fine. Ask him if he got a girl. And I'm like, okay. So I'm giving my people what they want. So I
Yeah.
gotta ask. And I'm like, I don't know. I'll ask Chocolate if he's single, but I don't know if y'all ready for diabetes, because it is what it is.
Yeah, that's funny.
But the girls are sweet on you. And I don't know. Yeah, I told you it's given 50. Like,
Yeah,
you're creating like this whole little thing for you. And then I'm like, do you guys like him? Could you guys like him? Like, will you like buy his music? Because
yeah.
we're trying to bring the we're trying to break the bank here. But
Nah, for sure.
yeah. So like, they want to know, like, are you dating? Are you, give us
I
the
mean,
tea.
I'm single and I'm enjoying like you know what I mean, getting to know people and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But other than that, like my routine is like I got a strict routine when it comes to my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like working with my business, neighborhood street cinema. You know what I mean? And being with my daughter. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
the time that I learned to being alone, I learned to find out what I love to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going out to eat alone, learning how to like travel
Oh, you're
alone.
one of those?
I learned how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And learn different avenues and like, yo, how to like you know, at the end of the day, you always want to better yourself. You know what I mean? Whether
Absolutely.
you step into your next relationship, like I always say, take accountability and things like. So, how do you want to be better in the next situation and stuff like that? You know what I mean? So, like
Yeah.
that's one thing that I learned. But that's dope, though.
Yeah, nah, the girls are like fanning over you. I'm like, one of the girls was, I'm gonna book him just so I can see him in person. I'm like, I'm pretty sure if, like, yeah, I'm like, he's really humble. Like, if you come up to him and you talk to him, just be like, hey, I heard your song, and he's gonna be like, yeah, he'll talk to you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
Like,
like,
I'm
I
like,
know you're not completely closed off to the idea, but I also know, like, when you're on focus mode, like, you're
yeah,
on focus mode, and I get it. I know that you're taking the year to do every single thing you wrote, like, in your mental goal list. Like,
yeah, yeah.
this stuff has to be done.
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, with your projects coming up and stuff like that, I would assume that you could make time, but where is the time for real?
Yeah, for sure. It's how I make time for what I make time for. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
always say that. But when I'm with my daughter, I'm with my daughter. Like I use that
right.
time very wisely and stuff like that. And I tell that from the gate. You know what I mean? And they respect it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
they know what comes with me and how I handle things for sure.
yeah. Oh, that's so that's so exciting. I'm excited for, like, all your projects, honestly. I know we talk about it, and I can't wait to see what this album is bringing. I'm a fan now. Music wise, I'm a fan. You sold me at your last album, and I know we're gonna work together more on when you have your stuff that you're doing outside, your other back to schools and stuff like that. Do you have anything planned soon?
Yeah, we this time prepping. Shout out to the JB. He's about to throw a tat and sip. So you know how they do paint and sip? Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be something where couples can come
I think
through.
I think I actually saw that on it.
Yeah,
Like, I think he was asking for, like, if people were into that. It was
yeah, it's
like
gonna be something
170 or something
legendary.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
160,
dope though.
and then it's gonna be like you tattoo on pigskin with your partner, like whoever's your Valentine, and y'all tattoo on pigskin together, and you
So,
know,
like, what if I want to get a tattoo with my partner? Like, can we do that?
I don't know how that works. You know what I mean? For
You know
more details,
what?
I know
We're gonna
tomorrow.
tag them down below. Yeah, no, honestly, because first of all, they have so many deals at that shop, like,
Yeah.
and their artistry is crazy,
Crazy.
like,
Shout out to all the
crazy.
artists in there. Shout out to
Right,
JB. Shout out to Mahul. Shout out to Primo. Shout out to
right.
Lewis. Shout out to Isaiah. Shout out to everybody in there, man.
Like,
Shout out
I've
to
I've
boy
literally seen
Gary.
their pages, and they're just so nice.
Yeah.
Like, they're just really nice people. Like, JB's wife, I know she does, like, the
Linda. Shout out
microblading
to
and stuff.
Linda. Yes.
Yeah, like, do you know how hard it is to travel 40 minutes to get your eyebrows done? Like, go, ladies, go there to get your eyebrows microbladed. Like, and
Yes.
it doesn't cost nearly as much as the other places. So that's, I need to go see her.
No,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, and I know you work with them a lot. They're really, and their podcast too. They're so freaking funny. Their chemistry is so funny. And I know that you go on there a lot. I know. Are you going to do an interview with, like, Stephanum?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got something set up.
Yeah.
When I come back from Philly, I'm going to Philly tomorrow, and I'll be back Sunday, so possibly the following week.
You're gonna go out there in that snow? Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna drive back in that snow?
we got the tattoo convention.
Oh yeah,
So
I saw that too.
stuff like that. So it's gonna be ill. Like you got some of the biggest tattoo artists in the
Yeah.
world at this event. You know what I mean? Like usually ink masters go there, black ink and
But
all
you
that.
don't tat.
No, I don't tattoo. No,
So you're
I
you're
create the
doing what
content.
other than moral support?
No, I create the content for District 36 with
So you're
neighborhood.
gonna, like, you're
Yeah,
working.
yeah, yeah. Behind the scenes, you know, day in the life and stuff like that that's going on.
I
You
say print some flyers of your album and just slip them places too.
know.
Because at this point, we gotta do something for you.
Nah, for sure,
Um,
yo.
yeah. So okay. I mean, yeah, that's exciting. So anything else that you would want to just let people know? Like, I know we talked about, like, especially at this age, like, us following our dreams, people are like when I told people, like, no, you know what, it's about time I start my podcast.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, okay, cool, you talk shit for free, get paid for it. And I'm
Right.
like, all right, cool, right? But is there any advice that you could give anyone or like the younger generation when they want to follow their dreams? Because I tell my girls, like, even if my podcast isn't appealing to one person, it doesn't mean that the person next to them isn't listening.
Yeah.
And I'm not meant for everybody. God made me specifically for certain people. I told you, like, personally, like, my rebrand was, more God enthused, because where would we both be without God?
Yes.
Like, we're both religious people in that way. And I don't put myself in a position to offend anybody's religious preference, but it's mine. So, if you listen, you listen, and if you don't, you don't. But what advice would you give people when they're like, trying to get their dreams started and stuff like that?
Have a purpose, have direction, and love what you do. That simple.
Ate it up.
Purpose, your direction, and love what you do.
Yeah.
And nothing can stop you. You can get roadblocks. You can get, as long as you got a purpose, like you know what you're doing it for. Like this is what I'm doing it for. Nothing,
Love you back.
nothing can stop you. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
it. Nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is it for me. You know what I mean? Watch Zootopia 10, 15 times. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this is,
Right.
this is who I do it for. This is who I dedicate my time to. This is why I go so hard. You know what I mean? This is my purpose. You know what I mean? My direction is here, and I love to do what I do. And that's what I love to tell anybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, so yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think I've asked you about all the questions that I've got. Just one more. Are you planning on working with anybody on new music with, like, after your album? Like, and it's not like hyping him up, but I've personally heard his music. Like, there's this guy from Patterson. He used to go by Triple S, but I think he's Young Boss Trip now. Like, his music is sick. So I'm like, oh my, like, you guys collabing would be sick. And I think, like, on a Patterson Passaic level, like, oh crap, like, you get me, like, that would just be endearing. Um, do you plan on working with it? First of all, I'm gonna send him your information. That's me. But do you plan on, like, working with anybody and like doing
Yeah.
anything like that?
Yeah, I
You want
tell
to
you
give
this
me
much,
like a
like
sneak peek?
I work with ton of artists, like you know what I mean, on a daily. This is just one of my projects that I just don't have no features on. But
Yeah,
every
yeah,
project I usually do that has features, and I work with ton of people.
yeah.
And one of those times too, I worked with every artist from Passaic. Yeah, on a particular album, that somebody will say, "Yo, I worked on them on a song." So there's probably like a couple I'm probably missing. I don't want to say too much,
Yeah.
but generate the generation before me and generation after me and my generation. I work with
Yeah.
a lot of artists, and we shot music videos to our songs that
Are
I
we
got done.
are we expecting
So,
another show? Because
yeah,
I
so
heard
we
it
got
was
something.
booming last year.
Oh, Kiamo and Friends was crazy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like that was just, and that's where I was like, you know what? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
he's doing it.
Yeah, Kiamo and Friends was different. It
Yeah.
was epic, and it's gonna even be crazier this year because we're
Yeah.
gonna have another Kiamo and Friends this
Okay,
year.
good. Yeah, because
So,
I
so
know
it's gonna
we're.
be epic. I'm gonna announce it soon, and it's gonna be major.
Yeah, my girl, my girl's ready to take it down and chilling. But yeah, that's it. And thank you. Thank you so much for doing my podcast with me. I know
No,
we've been talking about it. We're gonna definitely do another one when I think things are set up. You can come down to my little studio and do it.
definitely.
And we can get more in depth. I think I just wanted, like, a lot of my viewers to kind of understand who you are, because I feel like I'm always posting your stuff, and I try to support you as much as I can. Um,
Yeah,
and they're always asking me, like, who is this, or what are they doing? They've looked at your stuff, so I kind of wanted to make, like, a proper introduction, like, hey, this is my friend, like, please listen to his music, listen to what he's saying. um yeah, that's it.
we
And
gonna love it. It's only the beginning.
I know it's only the beginning. So yeah. That's it, my love, and thank you so much for, I guess, coming to Drea Talks. I'll text you tomorrow anyway. And
Definitely.
yeah, that's it.
All right.
All
You the
right.
best, Drea.
Thank you.
All right.
I love you,
Say
Mom.
bye.
Bye.
All right. Take it easy.